Any second. We are. Good evening, everybody. Are we late? A couple of minutes late. Apologies for being late. I would say it's Mark's fault, and it was.
It was.
Kind of.
Not really. Kind of. What do you mean, kind of?
Well, he claims he didn't have the link, but it's the same link as he used before.
But I didn't know that because, being a pure amateur now, I'm not aware of these things, am I? So
fair. I'll take the hit for that one, Mark. I'll take that right on the chin. Okay.
Good.
Evening, Vaping Mank. Evening, Jackson. Mark. Doing 1 or 2 reviews now. Mark, looking good. Have been watching the odd one. Adrian, good evening. Simon, good evening. We've got Mank again. Jackson again. Lynn, good evening, Lynn. One of my 3 spanners. I've got 3 spanners now, Mark. 3.
Greedy git, and I'm still not a spanner. What's going on?
Heady heights of I could make a spanner, couldn't I? But I don't ever like too many spanners. I don't think they're needed. But anyway, yeah, we've got Kieran now. He's also a spanner. Adrian, I said Justin. Good evening, Justin. Simon, Kira. Good evening, Kira. Louis. Evening, Louis. YouTube just telling me we're live. Jolly good. Matt. Good evening, Matt. Kind of loving the new review. Has Kira done a review now on her channel? I'll have to have a look. I didn't get a.
She had. She did one.
Ooh, then we'll have to have a look. Everyone, have a look. Not yet.
Michelle, it's me. It's me. It's me. Don't worry.
It's you.
No, because Michelle goes, "Who's the F's that?"
Rufus, good evening, Rufus. Albert, good evening. Mark H. Let's skip through these quite quick, I think. Try and get everyone. Most are duplicates. Matt, I've said. Jay, evening, Jay. Didn't hear from you, Jay. Where'd you get to? Sent you a message last week. Get in touch. Matt, evening, Matt. Is it Roy's fault? Ah, right. Well, I'd love to say it was, but it wasn't. Roy was
I would love to blame Roy, but unfortunately.
As punctual as ever, bless him. The halo. Mike MF, good evening.
What's my halo?
Something to say about Mike in a little while as well. Nothing bad, Mike, don't worry. Nothing bad. Evening, Pav. What time's it in Norfolk? Exactly right. Roy, we know Roy's here. Who else have we got here? David, evening, David. Mank again. Helen Knight, good evening. Scott, evening, Scott. Matt Polly. Bill Richards, evening, Bill. Louis again. Michelle, evening, Michelle. You could shout that, really, couldn't you, Roy? Yeah. Hi, Michelle. Could she hear?
No, she's downstairs.
All right, she wouldn't hear that then. Jason, evening, Jason. Scott. Liam, evening, Liam. Jane, I think I'm getting to the. I'm getting near the bottom now. David, I've said. Curly Chew, evening, Curly Chew. Stephen James, Bill Richards, I've said. I've said Keith Parker, good evening, Keith. Mr. Magoo, good evening, Mr. Magoo. And Kieran, and I think I'm there. Evening, guys. It's gone. Now Roy's gone. No, he's back. Who wants to go first? What we're vaping on? Anyone got anything good they want to go first with?
I'll go first, but I haven't got anything really good. So first of all, I'm on the Ultronate Victory with the Pandora on top. I finally got around to trying the Pandora, Mark. Quite impressed. Gotta say, it's quite a good vape. I know it's been out for quite some time now, but the juice I've got in it, the black, what I always use, is cracking the Ultim, unfortunately.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's looks like crazy paving at the moment, but really impressed with the vape. I pulled it out purely for work because I was struggling to find a decent amount of long for work, so that's what I'm using as my work setup. I'm also on the Asmodus. I forget what this is. This is the fingerprint.
Holy crap!
Well, this is the Type 2 RTA with the
2.
Just try it tip. The just try it. I like this trip tip. What can I say? But
are you trying to compensate?
I've got an issue with it. It's super fucking loose, like really loose.
But
yeah, that's a Type 2 RTA from Grim Green, purchased from a certain Mr. Mark Burns at Naturevape. Available now, by the way, people. I'm enjoying it, really enjoying it. I know I watched MF's review on it where he said he had some issues with the top cap and that, but mine's fine. I can get it off and on, no problem. So really enjoying it. It's a proper old school lassie, real old school. If you've been vaping 4 or 5 years, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm really enjoying the vape on it. Nice, restricted lung hit, and the flavor's absolutely popping. So I'm on that on some Asmodeus mod. I forget the name of it. Like it's a Minikin something. Also on my custom DNA 250 from Independent Mods with the FP on top of the all black FP. I thought I'd dig an FP out for tonight, man, and why not? Because it is still pucker. Let me have a vape.
Still rate it after all this time. Still rating it.
Absolutely, yeah.
I actually found one today. Down here.
I do still pull it out from time to time, Mark. Every couple of months, I'll pull it out, vape it for a couple of
FP too.
and then put it away. And finally, I'm on the Geek Vape Aegis, whatever that is, some kind of Aegis with the Aries, the G-Taste Aries on top with some black in there, and that's what I'm vaping on. And I've also got a beautiful ice cold can of Carlin.
So I've never tried the Aries, Mark. What's it like?
Superb, my friend. The build quality is shit.
Right.
Yeah, it's a cheap tank though. You can probably pick it up now for about 28 quid. Like I say, the build quality is not the best. Some of the threads are a bit janky, but the vape quality on it more than makes up for that, in my opinion. It's just superb. Right up there with the best 30mm asses I've ever used, vape-wise.
Someone should do a remake of that then, but actually make a top quality version of it. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely, yeah, because the build quality is shocking. To be fair, it's not the best.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Roy, what are you vaping on today?
I've got the Unicorn Nevermore.
Oh God, here we go. Gush fest.
Absolutely fantastic. That's sitting on top of the Argus. I've got the Takahoma, what you call it, mouth to lung RDA from Unicorn as well, sitting on top of the Tacket 2.
Look at him slagging my drip tip off. Look at state of yours. It's not that big. It's not that much bigger. Just to
put it in size, 10ml bottle beside the Tacket 2 with the
Roy, it's the Tokamak.
Tokamak.
Not the Tokahama. That's in Japan.
Tokamak, whatever it's called. I also have the stainless steel one as well somewhere. I haven't got it out. And also the Unicorn Vert with the Nest sitting on top. And in those,
someone's vaping a Nest, Roy. That's nice. Yeah.
We'll get around to that, Mark. Actually, okay. We will get around to that.
In the Nest, I've got some True Juice. The custard, is it one of the custards?
Strawberry or rhubarb?
Rhubarb. In the Tokamak.
Oh God,
you're struggling there, right, with that name?
Yeah. There's my stainless steel one.
Call it a Pacamac.
Yeah, Pacamac. Yeah,
I'm going to have reviews with this. Going to call it everything. And what's wrong with that drip tip, Mark?
Talky Mick. What is it?
Tokamak.
Tokahama.
Tokamak. That's all right. I called it a tomahawk for about 5 weeks. Who makes
that Tokamak?
They should have called it the tomahawk, perhaps.
It's Unicorn.
So, what am I? That's all you're vaping on, is it?
Yeah, that's all it's worth showing. Well, I am vaping that as well. That somebody happened to send me for review purposes.
The geezer.
Yep. Actually, quite impressed with it.
For review, Roy.
Yeah.
Fucking get in, lad.
And then somebody did. One of my subscribers.
Was it Mark?
One of my subscribers sent me that.
Nice.
What's that?
The Asvape. No, Aspire. Mullis.
Oh, right.
I know it's quite old, but still, somebody sent me that brand new.
No, it looks nice. I've got to say, I like the look of that, Roy.
It's actually very nice. It actually vapes very well because it takes the knotless coils. So.
Basically,
Well,
what happened with the
You just killed it for me, though.
with the geezer, Mark, I was sent 2 as a sample. I haven't bought these.
Yeah.
I was sent as a sample. And Roy said he was interested to try one, so I sent him the other one.
Oh yeah, Roy. I know Roy likes his quite likes his pod mods, things like that. So yeah, probably the best man to send it to be honest. I think if you get anything like that, and just pass them on to Roy because he's vaped so many of them.
I'll tell you what, though. I mean, I'm not a great lover of all-in-ones and stuff, as you know, but it does vape well. And it makes my mango, peach, and papaya sweeter somehow.
Yeah, I think anything in that kind of ilk, you know, like the Geek Vape Boost, anything in that kind of ilk, the single 18650 pod mods, as long as you get a decent coil in there, they all vape relatively well, to be honest.
Yeah.
And Mark, have you noticed a difference in flavour between vaping it indoors and outdoors?
On the Geek Vape?
No, it's just on this.
On the geezer. I haven't vaped it outside.
No, I haven't tried one of them, to be fair. I'm not.
The
I
flavour.
When I was reviewing, I was turning down all pods. So
I love my pods. I have bought loads of different pods and things like that, and the flavour is actually nicer outside than it is inside.
Is it? I haven't tried it outside, to be honest. But I basically said to them, unless it's special and you think it's better than the rest, don't send it. And they sent them anyway. But I mean, it's got this weird kind of like mesh airflow. Let's see if I can show
But it leaks out of it.
There you go. Can you see the perforations? Oh, there.
Oh yeah, the honeycomb style.
Yeah, but it does vape quite well. But I don't think anyone sells them in the UK yet. I don't think so.
Yeah, I guess that'd restrict it a bit, but it'd make the drawer a lot smoother.
It is smoother. It's very quiet.
It's very smooth. It's smoother than the Geek Vape.
It's that one. If I can get it on the screen, the geezer.
Yeah, and it's smooth. It's smoother than that, Mark.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Boost. I got the Boost Pro in recently, and I love that as well. I think the coils in it are absolutely awesome. Really, really good.
They are, and that uses the same coils.
I'm just disappointed with the Geek Vape because they brought out the Geek Vape Plus, which was exactly the same as the Pro, and with exactly the same 18650 battery. Now with the Pro, I would have really liked to have seen a 21700. To be honest, I think that's. And if they do come out with one, they're going to get slammed. I just think it's really, really disappointing.
Yeah, just sitting in chat. Rufus ordered the Nevermore the other day. Yep, you did, Rufus. It's on its way.
You will not regret it, Rufus. I can tell you now. For somebody not knowing you, mouth to long tank person, you will not regret it. It is absolutely fantastic. The flavour of it is amazing. The build quality is second to none.
You aren't wrecking your review of this, are you, Roy?
Yeah. Not that many people watch my reviews anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. More people hear it on here.
You get a few views. Right, what am I vaping on? Well, I'm on the Nevermore as well, on the Easy mod. I've done a review of it, of the Nevermore, as a lot of you will know, and yeah, it was a very gushy review as well. It's a very, very good mouth to lung RTA. So have a look at that if you haven't seen it. Have a little vape on there. Right, what else am I on? Well, I've just discussed the geezer, so I'm not going to mention the geezer. Proper geezer. The other day, when was it? Sunday. I've noticed in a lot of reviews that people are trying to put a Muji wick in the nest. So I thought I'd have a go on Sunday, and I did actually sling it on film. I don't know whether it'll show that or not. I could do if people are interested. It's very straightforward, and it does actually make it a bit quieter, believe it or not.
What do you mean? Just cut the pad and drop the pad in?
No, I didn't. I cut strips. There's one here, and I took the outside 2 bits off, and I just used the outside bits, because the trouble with Muji is if you don't do that, it's so fluffy it tends to overtake over the top. I don't know if I can show. I've got that frog back again, folks. There.
Yeah.
And the Muji has made that coil quite small inside there. It isn't touching, not quite. It was close. but it's not quite touching. And inside that, I've got some juice that was given to me by Roy, Captain's Custard, Strawberry Custard. That's very nice. It's very nice indeed. There you go. So I thought I'd just try a Muji build. Like I say, if people are interested, I'm quite happy just to sling that video up. It won't need any editing. It was just done on the table without my intro and finish. As usual, on the little dot AIO with the dot shell inside. And I've also got another Nevermore on the little baby vert. Are you jealous yet, Mark? Are you getting there?
Yeah, I am actually, yeah.
And I've got some Drake's tobacco in there. I've got the Havana tobacco in there, net e-liquid. And that's about all I'm on. Don't think there's anything else here. Nope, that's it. All I'm on. Matt Polly, I saw Grim got the Nest through. Hopefully that'll pull you in some mass sales in the US. Thank you, Matt. Yeah, I did see what. In fact, it was you, wasn't it, Mark? Who sent
It
me?
was, yeah. I sent you the link, yeah.
I didn't know about it until then, and I believe, to quote him, he said that it's the only mesh RDA he's enjoyed, and he'll.
He did, yeah, and it's quite the compliment, and it just shows, doesn't it? Like, you know, petty people be petty, and you know, real reviewers, real vapors know what they're chatting about. So hopefully he does the build on it, because he started doing live stream builds on it. So that was his plan, to maybe do a live stream build on it. That'd be awesome for you, I think.
Hopefully he does. Hopefully he does. And I still haven't as yet put a coil in my Type 2, but I will do, and I will try that. I've just had a really busy week, but I will try that and return the compliments. Only fair, isn't it, that I review his tank as well, good, bad, or indifferent. Yeah, but I was chuffed with what he said, and well, I think we can all read between the lines with some of the English reviews, shall we say. Lisa couldn't get the cap off the Type 2. Must have a duff. I don't know. I haven't really tried mine yet, Mike. What I was going to say.
Mine comes off like it's. Don't get me wrong. It's not like super easy, but it's not super hard either. It comes off nice and just like I would expect a top cap to come off. You know what I mean?
If anyone was going to get a duff, it would be Mike.
It would be Mike. Yeah.
Let's try.
That's because Grim knows what Mike's like, and he wanted a meltdown.
Yeah, he want a meltdown off you.
This Drixit situation, though, it literally just falls out. If I went like that now, the Drixit would come out. So the O-rings on it are shocking.
I just took mine all apart. Hang on. I think there was something about the. Probably pay a
Apparently,
are you saying to fill it, Mike?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it's just
apparently Grim Green's doing it next Monday night. He's
straight on, straight off.
Yeah, it's. I think Mike's just got. I'm not saying he's going to be on his own either. I think the QC on him is not all that great, and you know we're talking about quite an expensive RTA here, so I think they need to look at that. But for me, I just love it. Absolutely love it. From the first moment I saw it on Instagram, the looks of it looks like the old vinyl records, doesn't it? With that machining on.
I'll tell you what, they keep bobbing out a shot. I'll tell you what the deck reminds me of, and I couldn't think of it last week, and I still haven't compared the two. I might actually have one next door. I could go and get one. Remember the MT RTA by Indulgent?
Yeah.
That deck reminds me of that. And I'm going by memory here, so once I get the two side by side, it might be nothing like it, but that's what it reminds me of.
Well, that's how a lot of old school RTAs used to work, in it. They used to have the chimney what you screw on and then pack your wick down into the chimney. I know Mike did it different, and I think Mike probably did it the better way. Wick it first with a bit of juice and then put your chimney on, because you're not condensing that wick then, you're not cramming the wick down. Because we all know once you put the chimney on, you start stuffing wick down, that's when it all condenses and clumps up.
That's why I love the Unicorn stuff, because their quality control is immense. That if there's even a wee tiny mark on anything, whether it be a tube mod or anything, it doesn't go anywhere. It gets rejected.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, the machining on mine's flawless. On my, it's absolutely flawless. It's just I'm obviously nitpicking about the O-rings on the drip tip, which are terrible. But as for machining goes, it's just flawless, absolutely flawless. Which is what you want for a £70 RTA.
Yeah. I've got a thing in my head. There was something about those O-rings on the drip tip, and I'll find out for next week. I'll find out. I think there was something about them. I can't remember exactly what it is. So, did you say Naturevape? I'm waving my nest, but you can't see it. Vaping Mank. Oh, well done, Mank. Oh yeah, are you giving it one of them? Are you? So you said you were going to come back to the nest, Mark. There's something you want to say.
Oh no, the reason I'm not on it is because I actually, because I've been off today, I've actually cleaned a lot of asses out, including the nest, and I'm going to try them pre-built coils you sent me.
Right.
I'm going to put one of them pre-builts in. I'll probably do it tomorrow after work and see how that vapes. See how I get on with that.
That's a stainless steel coil in them with the alginate wick. In all.
Really, really good idea. That, like I said in chat last week, really good idea.
Yeah, I've got to be honest. I haven't sold many. I mean, it's the coils, that is, the pre-made coils.
I think the more people that buy the nest and use it frequently, the more people start buying the pre-mades, because that's the worst bit: wrapping the coil and wrapping the little bit around and getting that in. It's the wicking's actually the easy part, stuffing the wicking.
Yeah,
I actually enjoy it. I must be a sadist now, or see them has.
No, I'm the same, right? I'm the same. I enjoy it. I love tinkering with stuff, mate. I love tinkering with rebuildables and shit. I find it really, really therapeutic. But for a lot of people, they just want to wick it, coil it, wick it, and go. So I think for many people, it'll be really advantageous.
The only part of building I don't like, and you're going to laugh at this probably, I cannot stand getting juice on my fingers. I love the coil. I like wicking the coil. But if I do it and I get like juice on my fingers, I'm like, I hate it. And Tina,
what kind of vapor are you, mate? I get juice everywhere, mate. Everywhere conceivable, I get juice.
Tina goes, "Yeah, puff like this to me," and I'm like, I just don't like it. I wash my hands. I'm like, I hate getting juice on my fingers. It's weird.
A couple of people have said the audio and videos out of sync. Don't know why.
Ooh, is that? Don't think there's an awful lot I can do about that while we're midstream. Was that Adrian's comment last time I read out as well about the Grim Green, or was that someone else? But if it wasn't Adrian, yeah, it was in that. I don't know if I'm catching up or missed your chat or whatever.
Yeah, he plans on doing it Monday, he said.
Oh, is he?
He's hinted at it, yeah.
Oh, that'd be good. What's that? Wish TVP had a brown shirt on. I'd put two things on Roy and one on TVP. I'm making me what? Don't get that.
What was that
one? Any of you guys got your hands on the MechLife Paramore side by side? I've seen 21700 and jumped at the chance. No, I haven't got one. Anyone got one?
I don't like the look of it. And I'll be honest, I'm not. I'm not a massive fan of Mr. Just Right. I'm not a fan of his products, so I just don't like the look of it, to be honest. I think there's much nicer looking side by side mods out there. The easy mod looks much classier and much nicer, and it's cheaper. So
I think there's a new one out now by oh, come on, Creme de Vape Salon. Come on.
Get there in a minute.
I'll come back to it. They do the lovely mods. God, what is it with the? Oh, that'll come to it. I don't know what's happening in my head. I really don't.
This is what happens, people, when you get old.
You got to give Helen a wave. Big fan from Peter Kendall. You got to give his missus a wave, Mark.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
There you go. There's a big wave. What's happening?
A big wave. Oh, come on. Where else have we got in here? Lynn, I'm vaping on the Nest on top of the clutch mech mod. I haven't got a clutch, but I would have thought that's quite a nice combo myself.
I love the clutch. Tiny little thing.
Yeah. God, I'm way behind in chat again.
Yeah, only about half an hour.
Oh, it's okay. We get there, don't we? We get there. Liam says, "Give me that custom mod TV as any day of the week. TV as any day of the week."
This is gonna be obsolete soon because I've actually, when I come back, I've actually redesigned my logo again. So yeah, I have to get a new one more. Saw some new doors.
Find your logo again, have you?
Yeah, I like to keep it nice and fresh, Mark. So I thought, when I do come back, nice new logo, fresh new look.
Fair enough.
So you're going to shave that bump off your face?
So no, I keep that.
So is now a good time to discuss your comeback, or do you want to save that for your own appearance?
You discuss it whenever you want. I think most people know now I'm coming back next year, straight after Christmas. I shall be back, revved up, ready to go. Everything's set up now. So yeah.
And is there a theme? Have you got a plan?
There's not a theme. No, there's not a theme. There's a plan in action. So my plan is to do 3 reviews a week, no more, no less, and maybe a live show once a fortnight, and that's it.
Well, I know you, Mark, and I know there'll be a thing. I know there'll be a difference. Put it that way.
Yeah. Quite possibly, Mark. We'll see. We'll see.
You think I'm stupid? God, how long have I known you? And how wouldn't I have worked that one out? Kenny, does anyone know when Steencrave are bringing out their new mouth to lung? I've heard rumours about it. I haven't heard anything about it. You don't need one anyway.
I'm in the group and I've not heard anything about that. I know they're bringing out. They're on about bringing out like a pod mod, something similar to like a billet box style thing.
Oh, are
they?
All you need's the Nevermore. You ask Roy. You can't ask Mark, unfortunately, because Mark hasn't got one.
Kid assholes, I swear to God.
Well, this Nevermore. Oh.
Dicks. I'll just stick to my Pandora with me crazy pair of glass.
Yeah, with your broken plastic.
Yeah, rubbish. I was going to say, Mark, can you get me a spare glass? But I know that's out of the question.
I think my Pandora's about here somewhere, but they did have issues with that plastic. 1 or 2 people broke, and they had issues with the spacer to make it a bigger capacity as well. But I mean, have you heard anything about Pandora since? Because I haven't. It's like a one-tank wonder, aren't they? I haven't heard any more.
You won't do. The way they treat people goes a long way in the industry. So you treat people like shit, it's word's going to get around pretty fast. You know what I mean?
Dion, vaping on the Danny Mini with the K-Fun Prime. Danny, that's the company with the side-by-side, bringing out the new side-by-side. That's what I was trying to think of earlier.
Oh, so that'll be about fucking 900 quid then?
I don't think that's a penny over 600, Mark.
Have you seen the new? Have you seen the new? Speaking of new stuff, have you seen the new K-Fun that they're releasing? The new designed the new 2019 lights. They redesigned it. It looks really, really nice, but really disappointed that they've kept it bottom fill. Got to say.
Mark, you've put eSig 1 hasn't been hit with PayPal yet. There's a lot of people been hit, an awful lot, and I said it last week, but in case anyone didn't hear it, I've disabled PayPal off my site. I haven't been hit, but I know that I will be. So rather than have my account froze with my funds in it, I've knocked them. I've beat the bullet. It's like saying I resigned before you're sacked.
Exactly. Yeah. Walk before you pushed.
So I thought I'd get in there first. But what a strange way to treat people that have dealt. I mean, how many years have I dealt with PayPal, and how much money have they earned out of me?
You don't care, Mark, because they're that big now. They couldn't give a monkeys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's to them, closing 100 UK vapes businesses is absolutely chump change. You know what I mean? Like shit.
No, they earn money out of various different ways as well. It's not just as a merchant. They also they like do loans as well, don't they? So there's all sorts of things they do. Jane says, Roy's I agree on the Nevermore. We're back to the Nevermore, Mark.
Pissed off with a Nevermore.
By the end of the show, you will be sick of hearing about this Nevermore.
But I think by the end of the show, I'd have fucking bought one.
Well, get your hand in your pocket and buy one. You're on the site now and buy one.
Rufus, do you recommend it, Roy?
And Kenny, you get black as well as the stainless steel. Mark's got the black one there on top of the baby vert.
I've got
Hold
the
yours up
black.
again. Because Kenny was asking, does it just come in stainless steel?
No.
There's the black version.
There's the black. There's the state. Where are we? Come here.
Oh, now you're just killing me now. They've got a matte black Nevermore. Get the fuck out of here now. Don't show me that again.
I bought the stainless because stainless looks better in reviews, apparently. So as much the black looks nice.
Okay.
But if you like mouth to lung drippers, Mark, then you can't go wrong with this.
No, to be honest, Roy, couldn't give a monkeys about that. To be fair, I'm an RTA guy, so I really, really want the RTA. Becca, are you listening?
What, that one?
She's not listening. Yeah, that one, Roy. Yeah, in black though. She's not listening.
Oh dear. Jason's got to try one of those back. Yeah, I think you'd like it as well, Jay, to be honest.
So we've got a Nevermore question in chat. Is it easy to build on it as a first RTA?
It is probably the easiest mouth to lung RTA. I've tried it, right? There are 2 holes to stick your wick into. I've tried it with feeding it in carefully and just building almost like a dam, if you like. And I've also tried just stuffing the wick in without caring at all. And to be honest, it vapes pretty much the same, however you do it.
Yeah,
you can't say damn method. That's been.
As soon as I said that, I thought
that has been trademarked. Okay, the damn method is not ours to use, Mark. So naughty, slap naughty, Mark.
I can't say damn. Right, sorry.
You're trying to build up like a beaver would.
Yeah,
built like a beaver.
We call it the beaver method.
The beaver method. Yeah. But no, I've tried it, and I honestly, after I had built it the first time, I went back and watched your video, your review of it, Mark, and I tried it with the cotton the same length as you had it, and I found that was a bit too long, so I cut it a bit shorter. But like the FP, you can actually take it apart while you put juice in it and readjust your wicking and put it back together again, which is I always found with the FP was a fantastic thing to do, because if you didn't get the FP right, then you got dry hits.
No one got the FP wrong, did they? That was idiot proof as well.
No, I mean, there's only one person got the FP wrong. Rhymes with gay hairs.
I think you need to work on your rhyming, Mark. Oh dear. David, Mark, my Nevermore had the worst machine oil on it. I've had well, that was not my experience, David. Mine was clean as a whistle. No machine oil whatsoever on mine. So I'm surprised at that.
I'm very surprised, especially in this day and age now. I can't remember the last ATI I've actually had with machine oil on. Yeah.
Nicky Maynard, always built my own RTAs and RDAs, sometimes pre-made sub-ohm on the go. Haven't tried any pods yet. Nicky, I suggest you stay as you are. You're doing just fine. You've missed nothing. They've got a place, pods and AIOs. They have got a place, but I don't know where that place is. It's sat the.
I think they have, because like, and this goes especially obviously before lockdown and that. If I was going to the boozer on a Saturday afternoon, rather than take an expensive modern tank out, I'd just grab like a boost. And just take that.
You lose it doesn't matter, does it?
Take that with me. Just knock that shit around. You don't care as long as you're getting a vape. I'm not asked.
Yeah. If you lose it or break it, you really don't care. You'd be too drunk to notice by then, so it wouldn't make any difference.
The amount of booze I've left in the pub, just fuck it.
Oh, TVP, you've got a question from Tarquin. Tarquin wants to know, what made you decide to come back to the review game? P.S. He's happy to see you come back.
I missed it. It's been a big part of my life for such a long time, and I've missed it. I've missed the camaraderie with people as well, and also there's too many fucking wet wipes in this scene, and I just feel like I'm not done yet, so that's why.
I'm not done. I'm not
Not done yet.
You're like Arnie, aren't you, Mark? I'll be back.
I'll always be back, baby.
I'll be back. Jane says, yet to try the Nest. Jane, you need to try the Nest.
You do. You need to sit on the Nest.
I think it's something everyone should try, including people who despise mesh. I think they'd be quite surprised with it because I've never been a mesh vapor. I've always been that guy that's a bit like Grim said. I just don't get on with mesh at all. But that did kind of change my mind on mesh. It's like a sub-ohm tank in a dripper.
Yeah, the only mesh I got on with was the Profile Unity. That was the only mesh that I actually liked until the Nest came along.
Fucked up Profile.
I loved the Profile. It was my companion the whole way from Northern Ireland up to Scotland and down to Birmingham. The whole way in the car. Michelle absolutely hated filling it because it was every 5 minutes. Here, fill that while I was driving.
The main thing is with the Nest, and I haven't actually. This is the bizarre thing. I've got. I don't even know how many reviews I've got now on the site for it. I think there's 1 4-star. The rest are all 5-star. The customers have watched my video. They love it, and that is the truth. But I don't want to pick on individuals, but the reviews I've seen that perhaps it doesn't get full love, there's a reason. And if you don't pack that cotton around that mesh, it won't perform, and it will be noisy, and it probably will leak, and it will dry here. It'd be awful. But build it how I've built it on my video, on my review or unboxing, you won't have a problem in the world, and you'll get the best from it. And people that do build it that way have openly said, love it, absolutely love it. So,
Mark.
You have to look at something like the Profile. Go on, Rob.
Go ahead. You'd wonder why, if you wick it the way that you've said, maybe had you had a hand in designing it or something?
Possibly,
you really think you possibly had a hand in designing it and
possibly
what way it should go together?
Know the best way, yeah.
Well, you only have to look at so when the Profile first came out, do you remember the cotton they give you with it? And it was like literally tighter than a nun's bumhole to pull through the mesh, like really, really tight. That's how wick has to be meshed. You cannot have a single piece of exposed mesh, otherwise it's going to taste like monkey ass. It's got to be, the wick has to be touching every single ounce of that mesh permanently, even when it's wicked up, juiced up, and it starts sagging a bit. That's when you start losing flavour and getting that metallic taste because your wick's sagging and it's not touching that mesh. So you do have to re-wick it a little more than you would a normal RTA.
And you like,
and it's the same. My point is, what I'm getting at, it's the same with the Nest. You have to pack that in, really pack the cotton in, so the cotton is going to be permanently touching not the mesh, but the outer layer of the mesh.
Only inside the cage. That's what Mark. Right? Not around.
Yeah.
The bit around the outside is just a carrier for the juice. All that is.
And I also think that tanks were getting probably too easy to build on, and RDAs were getting too easy to build on. So something that takes you have to think a little bit about it. People will start rubbishing it because they have to think on how to do it.
Sorry, Mark, you got to clamber over the banner.
What's the way?
I'll perhaps do that a couple of more times. Just to there you go. Here's an up and coming reviewer. This man, I'll tell you now, he will be, if he carries on going, Mark Jackson will be a very good reviewer. Have you seen him yet, Mark?
I haven't seen him. No.
You need to subscribe to Mark Jackson. Jackson Vape Reviews. You'll like him. Nest Best RDO of the Year. Thank you, Mark.
Someone drop his link in. I'm always interested in checking out new guys.
Yeah, he's near. I think he's where is he? Midlands. I think it's the Midlands, but he's a little bit like you, Mark. He says it how it is. It's good.
Well, hopefully he won't be a click member in 2 months. We'll see. Or I'll hold judgment.
I don't think you'll find he's interested in that. He's in
that'll
chat.
do me. That'll do me.
He's not interested. I don't know what that is, Jay. Battery life's fantastic on it. Oh, right. I don't know what he was talking about there. It was obviously a previous comment. Sorry, Jay. I don't know how to pronounce that. Ralston? Is it Ralston? be roasting. We'll go with that. I think the missus is getting me the nest for Crimbo. Happy Crimbo.
Oh, roasted. That's Richie, my mate Rich.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
So Mark, are you doing a warm up to your reviewing after Christmas? Are you doing
The warm up will be again another world exclusive. Said no one else. But no, I will be doing a Christmas special. I will be doing a Christmas special show. Hopefully going to be getting a few guests on. Probably need to speak to you two about that at some point. But I will be doing a Christmas special show. Some bit of fancy dress, few beers, little quiz. Going to be good.
Excellent. I ain't got enough room in here to fly about if it need, you know.
Cough, you coming as Rudolph, you. That's it.
I might come as Harley.
Yeah.
Nicky Maynard, have you asked this question? Oh, I missed that. What does Type 2 vape like, Mark? Is that an old school RTA?
It is. It is very, very old school. It's got that real restriction there. So I was saying in a review, 10 being, like Roy's ass and 1 being super tight like mine. This would have to be like, sorry, Roy.
Well, you violated Roy, is it?
Mark, flip that round.
No, I'm not flipping it. I'm absolutely not.
Yeah, flip it around, Mark, because it's your arse is the one that you could hide your chair up it.
Okay, yeah. So I've lost train of thought now. No, but it's like a 6, so it's got that real restriction there. Building it is proper old school. The way you wick it's really, really old school. The way it vapes is really old school, but it's got that new school flavor, if that makes sense. So it's an old school latte with new school flavor. It's got really, really good flavor, but you must like restriction. If you're gonna buy it, you must like restriction on your vape.
I might go and get that MTRTA in a minute and compare those two. Because I've just got it in my head, because I was like last week, where have I seen this deck before like this? And that was what I came up with.
Well, there's 113 people watching the show. Jackson only needs another 43 to get to 100 subscribers, so come on.
Oh, there's his link. Let's have a look.
Lynn Smith, Stan Tenacious TX mentioned the Nest RDO on his channel. All right, I didn't know that either. Jolly good. 2179 from my Glas Mini. Crikey, batteries have been there about a week. I think they have, yeah. And 4Play49, blimey, Mark, never thought I'd see you back on YouTube. You've been back on a couple of times with me, haven't you, Mark?
Yeah, I've been back on with Mark. This is probably like my 4th or 5th time now since I called it a day. Yeah, been back on a few times.
Ian and Dean. Obviously, everyone else has seen that Dean was in chat, but I'm so far behind as always that I've only just noticed.
Do you know what? I didn't see him. He must have been ghosting me there. What's happening, Dino?
Whenever Dean does his show on a Wednesday, I'm always eating my tea and I'll sort of catch bits. But I must try.
Yeah, it's a shame with Dean's show because I love Dean, love him to death. I love his show, but I physically can't be in chat. I just can't do it because of the people that are in there watching it as well. I don't want to ruin his show for him. So I'd rather just, like I said to him before, I'd rather just not watch. I do watch the replay from time to time.
Yeah, I watch a lot of Dean's, the replays of Dean's. Sometimes put a comment underneath. But yep, and a popular show, midweek show on every Wednesday night, folks, for those that don't know. What's this? Put me off my hand. Oh, right, this is to do with MF's hands shredding on the top two. Rufus, those pre-built Nest coils are cheap, Mark. Yeah, they're not. I wanted to do them at a sensible price, Rufus. The idea was that some people had asked just for a spare cage so they could put their own, spares lined up. So I thought, well, if I can get them built so people have got something as a pattern to go by and they get to keep the cage afterwards, that's a win-win, isn't it? So that's what I did.
So you can't
much better.
use the cage?
Yeah, much better than just a spare cage.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. I'm a lazy twat. I'd get the Nest pre-built coils. And that's the other point, to be honest, that some people that can't be bothered with building. They just want to, you know, I mean, literally a pre-built coil. You can just push it in with your thumb. You don't need the rod. Push it in with your thumb. Bend a wire around each screw and screw it up, and you're done. Job done.
Kieran, it's currently only 840 in Norfolk.
Oh, that's a little jibe at me again. I was starting to have my own little jibe. Might see when I said about a pre-after Christmas show. I wondered if you were going to do your live on the Nest build that you threatened.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do. I might do actually. Or what else I was thinking? Do depending on the guests we get on, do a little build off.
Ooh, I'll do a build off with you.
And I'm not going to lie, on the Nest that would be interesting and funny, I think.
Well, we've had the Helixa was used a lot as a build off implement, wasn't it? So I think the Nest would be fairly similar. And in fact, a lot of people thought that Futoon were the people I was working with. And to be fair, I would have thought the same. Bit of sad news on Futoon, actually. They're now going to go into... They're struggling. I don't mind saying it how it is. I love Futoon as a company.
Yeah, I'm the same, yeah.
And this is just so sad to me. They are struggling. Every time they bring something new out, it doesn't sell in the numbers that they need. Everything they've done recently has made a loss. And they're going to, as like a last ditch almost, they're going to go into disposable pods, which I'm just like, slap them. Please don't do that. Do you know what, Mark? I felt like lending them the money myself to get them to do. I know.
Yeah, no, it'll be a massive loss, a massive shame that.
Yeah.
I think that they've innovated so many new things in the industry, and it's a shame they've not made money on it. But you just don't see them. You don't see Futoon promoting themselves, on social media and stuff like they should. I think that's maybe a department they should have looked at. So, 12 months, 24 months ago, that social media presence would have been massive for them. You only have to look at someone like Helvape, how they come from nothing. You know what I mean? Maybe get a reviewer on board, the social media side of things. They could have been absolutely humongous.
Sorry, Mark, put a banner on you again. It's just Dean. Refresh the scene. Yeah, if it's out of sync, that's a good point, Dean. Just try refreshing the stream. Yeah, Futoon, love the company. They made money in the early days with like the early Aqua. Remember the Aqua mouth to lung?
The Aqua was massive, though, wasn't it?
I was desperate to get one of them in the early days. I couldn't get one for love nor money. They were just every time they come in the market, they were gone. They were sold. But since then, the Helixa got off to a really bad start, and that I've got one here somewhere. That RTA, I still say, is one of the best RTAs out there. I've still got.
Oh, I loved it. Pain in the ass to build. There's no getting around it, but with it all day long with it.
Yeah, superb it was. TVP just need a cupboard door behind you, and you're back in the kitchen.
I'm actually not. I'm actually in my dining room at the moment. Believe it or not, yeah. I'm in my dining room. Got some shelves up, some nice little setup going here. Want to see my Christmas tree?
Oh, very nice. And the Christmas silver?
High class, that, isn't it? What are you saying?
Very good.
You'll be just reviewing high-end products then, Mark, from now onwards, looks of things, in your classy little setup.
No, it is the issue, right? Because obviously I told all the companies, don't send me no more shit. I'm jacking it in now. I'm gonna have to tell them all, look, I'm coming back. Is there any chance I can get? Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go again and start buying stuff, which I don't mind. I absolutely don't mind until I get back on my feet again. But we'll just see how it goes.
I don't think it'll take long, Mark, before they all know.
Oh.
A lot of them, to be fair, I've mentioned you several times to companies. You've probably had stuff indirectly come from me, and if not, they've passed it to me to pass to you. So
more than likely, yeah, they've done that a lot of times.
That will continue. Kieran, a Rise Squape, Mark. There is a high-end RTA that I really do want. The Sputnik. I do want the Sputnik. Sputnik is, I think, Swiss Vape Technologies have got a hand in that, and I've spoken to them because I've got their crossbow and the Tel Tank, and I said I want the Sputnik, and they said that's retail sales only. I'm afraid we can't wholesale them to you, and I'm like, so I can have all your old shit then that that's sort of been and gone. So I was a bit miffed, and you know, there's no one selling them in the UK, and it looks a stunning mouth to lung RTA.
Just get yourself an SXK one. There's plenty on Fast Tech.
Well, I know there is, and you know, this goes back to the same old thing that why I ever started selling clones in the first place was because you get treated like that by the people that make the genuine ones.
No, exactly. If they're not in, then just go and buy the fucking SXK one. I bet it's just as good. But it's just as good. I've seen there's a few Ed Zacharys, shall we say, that I'm interested in at the moment. Quite a few, the Sputnik being one of them.
But what you really, really are yearning for, Mark, I'm guessing.
Don't you dare say it. Don't you dare.
Nevermore. Nevermore.
He's been going to bed tonight.
Fantastic. It's the vape one.
I'll be going to bed like just dreaming of the fucking black Nevermore.
Jay, vaping on Unicorn Stabwood mod with Pioneer RTA, the Callan Spiral with a Purity Plus mouth along an Evolve Reflex pod system. Christ. There's a fair few things there. Mark Jones, evening, gents. Evening. Mr. Magoo, wait, what? When you come back? He wasn't. After Christmas, Mark is coming back.
Mark's been, Mr. Magoo, so Mark has been watching me since day one, since the very first day I opened the channel, and probably even before that on Vapes TV. He's been around a fucking long time, Marky Mark.
Well, I got in trouble for you right in the early days, Mark, because I remember making a review. I got a bit annoyed. This is right in the early days when I had very few subscribers.
Yeah.
And I said, I made this little rant, and I said, you know, there are the smaller reviewers like Mark, the vaping postman, like Dean, the devil vapor. And I said, if you don't watch these people, they'll pack up. And like that, so I was quite angry. And I remember doing it, and I got quite a lot of criticism over that. I really did.
So that still stands with. If you don't watch these new guys, then they're never going to fucking get anywhere. That's what I enjoy watching. New people coming to the game, like Kira, like the link you just put in earlier, Mark Jackson.
Yeah.
You know, I've subscribed to him. I'm going to check out a few videos later. As always, if I'm not a fan, I'll just unsubscribe. But I do like seeing new people come into the game. Absolutely. Otherwise, it just gets fucked.
Is that why you unsubscribe from me, Mark?
Pardon?
Is that why you unsubscribe from me?
No, I love you, Roy. I'll never unsubscribe from you. I'm your biggest fan, Roy. You know this. This. I do like it. Otherwise, the industry, like I said earlier, just becomes full of fucking wet wipes, doesn't it? And it's the same old shit. So it's good to see new, fresh faces come in with a new perspective.
I think, to be honest, I mean, what I liked, I'll say it here. What I liked about Jackson Reviews, he said he bought the Nest and said he wants. Would I mind if he reviews it? And he bought it. So, and I thought, well, what a refreshing change. And I think I did actually refund him for it, but that was my choice, not his. The fact is,
well, yeah, I mean, it could have been worse. You know, he could have put you on blast for not sending him one on YouTube. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
What?
You've got this little knack, Mark, of putting those those. Have you got some ground bait in your pocket for when you go fishing, or
just like leaving these little nuggets out there from time to time?
You just prime the waters and, you know, light the touch paper and walk away. You know?
It's like the touch paper. Let's see where this goes. Let's see where this firework goes.
Let's see how this one pans out. Was it Kenny you answered, Roy? How much of the Nevermore again, Mark? Can you get black ones or just stainless steel? So it's black or stainless steel. They are on my website, Kenny.
54 pounds, but if you use the NV10, you can get it for 49. There we go.
Yeah, I haven't had a Black Friday. I'll be honest. I haven't had a Black Friday or Cyber Monday sale. I never do. But what I have done is I've reduced quite a lot of stuff and put it on the clearance page. So if anyone's looked bargain hunting, you'll find it there. There's some. To be fair,
What's the website name, Mark?
Sorry,
What's the website name?
Naturevape.
.co.uk.
.co.uk. Yeah, I think most people know. Most people know.
They're listening, might as well.
Of course, has someone else here got an Evermore, Mark? I'll put that on the screen.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
The Nevermore's top notch. What build have you got on it, Roy's Root? I put a 0.5 in one and 1.12 in the other. He's got 2, Mark. And they're both out.
Who's got 2?
Dean.
You greedy bastard, Dino. 2 of them.
Mine's I think that's a 1-ohm coil. 0.93. 0.93 in this one.
Yeah, I'm always 0.6 on a motor long. 0.6, 16 watts. Perfect.
Well, it's not perfect, Mark, because it's a Pandora.
Well, clearly not perfection, Mark, but I'm saying the build. Let's say that build in a Nevermore would be perfection if I ever.
It would be perfect then, yeah.
She's not listening. She's not biting at all over there.
I actually find 0.6 at 21 works better, Mark.
Yeah, I have to have it nice and low at work though to produce less vapor. So 16 watts is pucker for me. So I get that nicotine hit and no vapor.
Talking about no vapor, Mark. Have you tried the vaporless Nick salts?
No.
I've never tried them either.
Vaporless Nick salts?
Yeah. Michelle bought some. So basically, whenever you vape it, you actually get vapor in your mouth. You inhale it, nothing comes back out. It's when the ones
I remember them stupid fucking vape bags at Expo a couple of years ago. They give you blow into that and it's vape, like the most ridiculous thing. Like you're going to carry a vape and a piss bag around with you to blow into.
Yeah. But no, that vaporless, the vaporless Nick salts by Swag is really harsh. What did I put them?
Oh, look, Mark. Kieran's getting an Evermore. I'll just put that on the screen.
Oh, look at Kieran. I think the Nevermore will be a Christmas present on my list.
Oh, dear.
I think our exact words were get fucked, Mark. Was that?
Do you realise I'm nearly catching up with chat? Nearly catching.
Wow.
Yeah, Michelle says the beaver method, Royce, you need to say it in your review. See? Yeah, you've got to use that.
I think we should all call it the beaver method from now on.
I think we should, yeah. We're definitely on the, we're on the nest as well. We might as well have the beaver, mightn't we?
Might as well have the nest with a beaver. Why not? And let's face it, who doesn't love a bit of beaver? A bit of beaver wicking.
3 seconds.
Yeah, David says I think it got missed on the cleaning. Yeah, I'm shocked, David, that you had oil in there because mine was crystal clear and clean. There wasn't a mark on it. No, not a trace of oil, and there's nothing worse. I think I've told you a story, and Mark, about the as an RTR, I did a review, and I unboxed it and built it, and didn't normally I clean my tanks first, and but I did it for YouTube, and put the build in it. It was a Creus, OBS Creus. That's what it was.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, I finished the review and I turned the camera off and I sat there. I thought I'm going to be sick. And then I thought it's going to come the other end, and I was so
the other end.
Yeah. Honestly, Mark, I was so ill. I really was ill. It's like my body rejected it, and it had to go out of every orifice that I had just to get rid of it. It was.
There you go. There, right, got it. Look, swag juice, vaporless. Dino's got a good point in chat though, Roy, because this is what I do at work. If you hold it in for like 5-10 seconds, you don't get any vapor anyway.
No, you don't. No. There is a place I go that they're very strict on vaping, and you have to sort of. But as you say, if you breathe it in and hold it, there's no vapor anyway, is there? So no one's any the wiser.
Yeah, I think most workplaces are pretty much anti-vaping, especially I work in an office now, and it's like, fucking, if you ever get caught, it's like you're fucked. So I'm just literally like, little cheeky.
It's like
Just
the old
all day.
Eric Morecambe, isn't it? Yeah, God, that brings back a memory. It's funny how some people are different. There's one guy, he runs a business. I don't know if I should say it or I'll go into it anyway. And I said to him, I was in his car showroom and he sells some really expensive cars. And I said, is it all right if I vape in here or not? And he went, smoke if you want. I don't care. Really? I thought,
Yeah.
this day and age.
Mark, watch.
Do that again. That is weird as fuck.
That's just not right. It's just not right.
That is weird as fuck. That. What is that? That's witchcraft. That is witchcraft. What is this?
It is so strange.
Mm.
But actually, in this, it's actually quite smooth. Before I had tried it on the Boost RBA, and it was harsh as hell. But on this, it's actually smooth.
Do you know what? It is a cracking idea for people who do stealth vape like myself. Really, really good idea, isn't it? No, that is weird. Stop it.
That's not right, is it? It's just not right.
You would get burned at the stake for doing that. You know what I mean? Fucking 200 years ago. That's just, look at this. That's weird.
Now you see it. Now you don't.
So
who's your favorite UK reviewer? Scott Morrison's asked, who's your favorite UK reviewer? Mine would be Flat Cap. He is always trying new ways to make his reviews a bit different.
Yeah, no, it's good. Gaz is good. Gaz likes doing different things. There's a few I like watching. Dino, obviously, Mark, Roy. I don't watch as many as I used to. I must confess. Don't know about you guys.
I like, I do like Tarquin. I did like TVP whenever he was doing reviews. But I don't probably watch as many reviews as I should do. I do watch Naturevapes. Always have done.
I don't blame you for that. I really don't.
I did watch a couple of Kira's. And if I may just pass on a word of advice, Kira, to you, because I know you're in chat. You do seem quite nervous on camera. I don't know if that's just your personality or something, but you definitely need to just relax into it a little more. I think she's got the personality, she's got the knowledge. Just relax a little more. You just seem a bit tense in front of camera, if that makes sense.
Kieran is one of the most knowledgeable reviewers I know.
Not Kieran, Kira.
Oh, Kira. Right.
Kyra.
I think there's a lot of people that feel nervous in front of the camera. I know I do as well. And I know when I'm doing it, I start speeding up and I start talking quick, and I just think, oh, chill out.
But it's the hardest thing to do. It's the hardest thing to do. Relax on camera and just talk like you talk to a mate. I always picture like someone's face there on the camera, just like I'm talking to a person. And it's definitely hard to do, but
I tend to forget it's there in the end. Too much in the end. Then the danger is mumbling, isn't it? Gareth Barker, I built the nest like on the vid on the replacement deck. Thanks, Mark. Not had one problem with it. And most, I don't know if I can bring it up on here. This could be dangerous, couldn't it? Let's try it. Let's go on to the Naturevape. Oh my God, Naturevape website. If I crash
Kenny, you haven't obviously watched one of my reviews, then if you think Flat Cap is monotone, you haven't watched mine then. Mine are good sleeping. Mine are good sleep aids.
Am I over 18?
You got to put a bit of personality into it, haven't you? When you're doing, otherwise you're not gonna. You're just never gonna stand out. You're just gonna fucking fall away into the crowd like old vapor, aren't you? You've got to put something in yourself into it.
And talking about reviewers going out, I see VCR's decided to hang his reviewing.
Yeah, I saw that. That's a shame. And I did see his third as well in the Easter Click Awards, which is deserved. I hope he stays there.
So do I.
Even though I'm fourth, people, I'm fourth. Just putting that out there, I'm fourth.
Have I crashed us yet?
No.
No, that's all right.
No.
There you go. There's 36 reviews on the site, and 35 of them are 5-star and 1 4-star. So that isn't quite a reflection of what has been said in a lot of areas. There you go. I'll get rid of it.
Is that reviews of your...
They're my customers who have bought them. They're verified reviews. People who have actually bought one and written on the site what they think about it. And I can't edit them or do anything with it. They come through. They just go ping on the site. I can delete one, to be honest with you, but I don't unless someone is insulting or something like that. Even the bad ones I leave on. So yeah. Anyway, just want to prove a point. Point proven.
Point
Can
proved.
I just say 2 big congratulations? There's 2 people in chat. One is to Grant Mullins, who's just secured himself a job as a manager in a vape shop.
Oh, well in Grant, yeah, I saw that.
Big change of career for him. And the other one to my lovely other half, who from the 14th of December will be a manager of a vape shop. 4 weeks after she started working in the shop part-time. She's now going to get her own shop, managing the shop.
Oh, really? Amazing. Brilliant. Well done, Michelle.
Have you ever noticed a lot of, and I've noticed this over the years, a lot of people who get into, like the hobbyist side of vaping, whether it be reviewing and stuff like that, always end up, a lot of them seem to end up working in the vape industry. Find it odd.
Well,
do you find it odd?
Or divorced.
Or divorced, yeah. Divorced or working in the vaping industry. The divorce thing I don't find so odd.
Well, I met Michelle through vaping.
You did, correct.
So I did. Thanks to, and it was probably Goober Vapes that sort of mashed us together, because he got us on the show together from sort of chatting through chat, and we got talking in the show, and that just continued.
Did you meet your ex through vaping, or was that before vaping?
No, well, I met her before. I met her 20 odd years ago.
Okay.
Before I moved to England, and then I met her in a vape shop again after I came back to Northern Ireland to live. So, but well, the less said about that, the better. Just
asking the question, Roy.
Did you meet yours? Did you meet your partner through vaping, Mark?
I did, yeah. I did. Funny story, that.
Oh, there's some ground bait going out tonight, isn't there?
Some chum being flown around tonight, isn't there, as Dean would say.
I remember going to see, do you remember Jim Davidson? I mean, God, his stuff wouldn't be allowed now, would it? But I went and saw him live. Just at the time he was going through yet another divorce, and I felt a bit sorry for him. He was trying to stand there doing his thing, and all his hecklers at the back were shouting out, "Oh, Jim, how's your wife?" and all this stuff. And you think, poor buggy, you got to have some, carrying a lot of luggage there, wouldn't he? And he just sent it straight back. He said, "Yeah, yours sends a love." He's just got thick skin. I made the mistake, Mark, as well during the luncheon or the mid-interval. I snuck off for a crafty pint, as you did, but I wasn't content with one. I had to. I thought I'm just about to squeeze a second pint, and I had my second pint. And yes, I was one of the last to come back, and I had to walk right past him on the stage to get back to my seat. And in those days, I had a bit of a Bob Calges tash.
Oh no!
And he went on about, is that, has my eyebrow come down for a piss?
Fucking Bob Calges, Jesus!
But you couldn't get away with his humour.
Oh, not some of the things he used to say. It was very blue.
Yeah.
He was like, what's the other guy? The fat bloke, Bernard Manning-esque. The kind of jokes they used to tell them to.
Chubby Brown.
I've never been a big fan of Chubby. I just find him crude, to be honest. I've just never found him all that funny.
Coming from you, Mark.
I love crude. I love crude, but it's got to be done correctly. You can't just swear and call people
Oh,
You
I
know,
find him so coarse.
a little bit of context, shall we say, in a joke. I love
Yeah.
whether it be probably going to be controversial here, whether it be a racist joke or a sexist joke or something like that. You need context in it, something behind it, a bit of substance. You can't just be racist for the sake of being racist, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the old humour was racist, wasn't it? That
Oh,
was,
of course, yeah.
that was what was used. But, you know, was it racist for being racist, or just that was the easiest way to get a laugh?
Well, that was always the impression I got with Chubby Brown. It was just racism for racism's sake, just to get a cheap laugh. Whereas other comedians you watch, there's something behind the joke, there's substance behind it. Or although the punchline might be a little racist or a little sexist or whatever it is, they've set it up really well. Whereas Chubby Brown is just boom, 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 racism, racism, racism in your face. It just becomes.
Else just put down somebody that I think does it perfectly. Jimmy Carr.
Jimmy Carr's fantastic, yeah.
I have seen that man live, and he is just. It's how I love it, especially when people heckle him, and he loves it too. Just his comebacks are just amazing.
Yeah, I can see why Chubby Brown was, big in the 80s and stuff and early 90s. I can see why, but I think he's very, very stale now. I've just never been a fan.
But it's just like if you watch some old Eddie Murphy stuff. Whenever he was a stand-up comedian, like he played on the race card as well back then, and
well,
made it fun.
Going even further back, Richard Pryor was one of the worst for being a racist comedian. Even though he was a black gentleman, he was super racist. It was all about his race and white this and white that and honky this, and it just you wouldn't be able to get away with that now. You know what I mean? But then them kind of comedians, the likes of Richard Pryor, the likes of Eddie Murphy, the other ones coming up in the 60s, 70s, there was always a bit of substance behind the jokes. It weren't just racism for the sake of racism or sexism for the sake of sexism.
The joke went through the whole way through their set. It wasn't like it was just a one-liner joke. They would have made a joke at the very start, but at the very end, they would have pulled it back and brought even more context into the start.
Yeah. Billy Connolly, Michelle B just said Billy Connolly was an expert at that, absolute master.
Billy Connolly.
And look at someone like Peter Kay. Never been racist, never been sexist, never been this or that. He's not often blue. Lee Evans, another one. Them two for me are probably two of the funniest stand-up comedians to ever live. Coming out of this country.
What was that driving one he did? Was it Lift Share or something it was called?
Oh, Car
Share. That was just funny as hell, wasn't it? It had me in stitches.
But it just shows you don't have to be blue or controversial to be funny.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think that like Ant and Dec are the modern Morecambe and Wise, aren't they? Really, if you look at the content, it's so similar. So similar.
Yeah. Slapstick almost, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Good God, we're nearly at that time. So. Let's have a question. Mark, and Roy. Let's go Roy first. Roy, I nearly stumbled tonight and called you Roy's Vape Reviews again, but I didn't. I got it right and called you Roy's Reviews. You've done that so that if you do decide to review something else, it covers everything, I guess, have you?
Yeah, but I don't know why. Whenever I thought about doing...
Or was it because YouTube is slinging vape reviewers out?
No, it was because I'd started, believe it or not, it was only, even though I've got such low numbers, I've been doing it for 4 years. That was just before the YouTube's call. But I started off doing written, and RR just was better than RVP.
Right.
Or RRR. Roy's or RVP.
I suppose RVP.
Oh, you want the one with RVP?
Roy's Vape Review. No, RVR.
RRR.
Yeah.
RVR.
I lost all track. As soon when he said RVP, that was like, oh, Robin Van Persie.
No, RR just was better than RVR.
So I guess if you were going to review, say you had to choose a different topic to review, would it be drones? Is that where you would go?
Yeah, probably down the drone route, or possibly a little bit of tech.
Tech with Roy.
You started him again. Beaver Tech.
Beaver Tech.
Yeah, Beaver Tech. Yeah, probably down the drone. Well, I couldn't afford to go down the drone route because, like, I've got one. The drone I have now is £1,000, and then after that, you're looking to go 2,000, 4,000, 6,000 upwards, and there's just no way that I could sort of fork out that.
You could say that about anything. Well, but I mean, I've just bought a new telly, an LG thing, and you could say that the people that review them, they've got the latest telly, but they get sent them, Roy. So if you
but fuck me, Mark, the telly you had before that had a wooden surround, so I think you were due an upgrade.
I was due an upgrade. I knew I was due an upgrade.
Telly, it was that old.
when I put my old telly beside the fireplace and it came out further than the fireplace did, I knew it was time to an upgrade was due.
That's how old he had a couple of plants and a picture on his telly.
I thought they were lovely. Those veneer front, Mark.
Yeah, that would have been. Do you remember when they broke as well? Or they weren't work. You used to give them a slap on side. Okay.
Push button channels. Nothing wrong with
that. I remember that.
You had to tune it in yourself.
Tune it in on the.
Or a VCR with the cord on the remote control.
Oh yeah. You couldn't watch a sneaky porno either because as soon as you pressed eject, it was like. Dad's up in bed like little fuckers watching me pornos.
And then you forget to put the bit of sellotape over the tab, or you put the bit of sellotape over the tab to record over something. And your mom goes, "Hey, record over."
Your dad had said to you on a Monday, Tuesday morning, go, "You've been watching my videos." No, I dad. Just don't remember it being that there when I left it. It was 10 seconds on.
I was going to say something else, then that was far worse than that. I held it back. So, Mark, if you were going to review, there's another question, same question for you. If you were going to review a different topic, where would you be?
Nothing. I wouldn't do anything other than vape on YouTube. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy that looks into doing, tech and shit like that. I'm not interested.
Sometimes people like Roy's got his drones is another hobby, and it's what he would enjoy. You got nothing else that?
Well, my hobbies. I've got a couple of hobbies. Obviously, I love playing pool. I used to play at quite a high level back in the day. I love playing pool. I love darts. I'm the captain of my darts team, so I love stuff like that. But I don't really have hobbies outside of that, to be honest.
I'll have to debate you're playing at a high level unless you're using a step ladder.
For next week, Mark, I'll have to get my pool trophy behind me, the Norfolk Singles champion.
Oh, just the one.
For Norfolk Singles, yeah.
Yeah, mine was quite a high level than that.
It took weeks to win that because it went over so many legs in so many pubs that it ground on. But yeah, and I remember being in the final, and that was like the pool night where we all the presentation was there, but the singles final and the doubles final was held on that night, and I turned up and the guy I was playing, he'd already won it before. He was good, and I thought, he's better than me, I think, and I thought I was drinking lager, and I was just, and there he was with a can of Coke. And all I said was, I just walked past him. I went, "Coke?" I said, "You worried?" And he couldn't have hit an elephant's ass with a banjo that night. It was terrible. Just all it took, just that one comment. Is that cheating or is that friendly?
No. We used to give it fucking large, man. I played for Rochdale in Lancashire. We used to give it fucking beans on the table. You'd do anything and say anything to put your fart when you're taking a shot. Where you're going to leave the white, just drop a big fart and they're going to walk. Anything, honestly, anything went. It was literally.
I used to love the pool thing, and the barracking in pool. I mean, it was bad. I mean, there was, if we were winning like, I don't know, 2-0 or something like that, it was straight to the jukebox. Queen, another one bites the dust. There was always meaning behind what we put on the jukebox.
Oh yeah. The only rule we had back then was once your opponent's hand is on the table, you can't speak, you can't say anything, you can't be in his line of shot. That was pretty much the only rule. But anything went other than that. You could talk shit to him. You could pretty much do what you wanted to put him off. They give it back. Don't get me wrong. They give
Oh
it
God,
back.
yeah. But I loved it. I loved it, didn't you? So yeah, I just wondered if we couldn't really do a review channel on pool, could you? And
No, but other than that, I don't really have many hobbies. I like a bit of model building from time to time, but I couldn't imagine doing YouTube on that. To be fair, I'd be done dishwater, wouldn't it?
The only problem you have as model building, Mark, is every time you go to use the tweezers, your nipples hit the.
Yeah, I mean, I've got big old nipples and fucking sausage fingers, so.
I was just looking to see if I'd missed anything in chat. I think if I was going to do a different channel, it would be. I mean, I could do the dents, I suppose, but to be honest with you, I'd rather teach someone that 1-to-1. You know, to give someone a trade or a skill. I don't think you can learn that. You can learn certain things off a YouTube video with that, but not really, because it's very hard to convey what you're trying to convey over with a camera.
Tell you what, if I lived close to you, Mark, I'd be over learning how to do that.
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is really interesting. The videos and the pictures you've showed me of it, the before and afters. It's unbelievable.
I still love it. I'm so lucky what I do, but I guess
I did always think from time to time about doing a separate channel, reviewing reviewers, not just vape reviewers, but all reviewers, just reviewing. Yeah, just reviewing different reviewers. Obviously, focusing heavily on vape reviewers.
I started
doing
that and made a couple of videos, but never released them. Is that not what Adam's doing now? Adam's basically calling it retro vape TV. He's basically reviewing people's. He's got a PS5. He's just basically reviewing reviewers.
It's not mine. It's not mine. It's for the boy.
Oh, he's a lucky lad.
Oh. I managed to bag one. Don't ask me how I was so lucky.
Hi.
How? Well, I'll tell you how. On the 19th, when they were released, I was sat on my PC. I had about 25 windows open, just going through F5, F5, just refreshing every single one, every single fucking one. And I got lucky, didn't I got on one side. They had some left. Boom. Get it fucking bought.
Did I hear that one place people were trying to order more than one or something? I think they cancelled everyone's order, didn't they? Was it Very or someone like that?
Yeah, there's loads of people who they use like bots now. So they buy them all up. As soon as they go on sale, they use a bot and they buy like fucking 100 of them and then sell them all for double the money, which is business, isn't it?
Yeah.
Supply and demand, baby.
Yeah. I guess
I blame Sony and Microsoft for creating that, because they always want to hype around their models, so they only release X amount, knowing that X amount's not going to cover.
Well, they had no choice because of the coronavirus. They struggled getting the chips made, so they literally had no choice. If we were in a pandemic, there'd have been 10 times more made, but because they can't get hold of the chips, I said they should have maybe delayed the release for maybe 6 months, but.
That's the thing, though. They've had the chips made. The chips have been made for them ages ago, and they've just released. They are releasing them in batches. They actually said that and stated they're only releasing X number each time.
Is that AMD make the chip for that?
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
that's why my AMD shares have just gone up.
Probably. Have you got shares in AMD, you sneak?
Sorry?
You got shares in AMD?
Yeah.
I've got shares in Brewdog.
Kieran says he'd do a cookery channel. I think you would be superb at that, Kieran. I think that would be a great thing. Why don't you do it as well? That'd be fantastic.
MF would probably do one as well. A cookery channel.
I'm sure MF did one, didn't he? Do MF Bakes? I'm almost certain he did MF Bakes, where he was baking some fucking cakes and shit.
I'm just going to try my black Nevermore.
I'm still on my silver Nevermore.
Fuck yourselves, I'm off.
Quite amusing, isn't it, Roy?
Well, I was actually quite surprised because I checked mine on Friday night, Saturday morning, and it still said in Langley.
Is he still there?
No, I finished. Right.
It said it's still in Langley. So I took my dad shopping on Saturday morning, and Michelle sent me a message saying, "You've got unicorn mail." So quick as I could get home, package opens, find the Nevermore.
No, I'm going to watch this show back and count how many times you two say that fucking word, Nevermore.
I wondered how many times Roy would go back to it, but chat has been quite good at bringing it up as well. Rob's point, when you get the new TV, make sure you put the empty box in the front of your neighbour's house, let them get broken into. Yeah, actually, I was quite lucky with my telly. My neighbour had my old one, so it saved me getting.
All right, Roy. Jesus, enough.
It's better looking than me. Do you want to see the contents, Mark? Look.
Arseholes.
There you go. That's your contents.
Yeah, that's right. Mr. Magoo, We're the Champions was our winning tune for the... Yeah, we used that one as well. We are the champions. Another one bites the dust, and there was another one. Can't remember what. There was another Queen song which we used well, all three of them. And if someone came in who was a bit, "Are you local?" we used to put on dueling banjos. Just.
That's a classic, that.
That was quite
TVP,
good.
I think Rick just wants to tell you something there.
I'm not interested. I'm vaping on a wonderful RTA right now. It's called the Fuck Pig.
Right, well, I think we're at that 10 o'clock time. Again, where has that time gone? Where has it gone? Have I missed anything in chat that I should have mentioned? Kenny's off. See you, Kenny. I don't think I've missed too much, have I?
You haven't. We've been keeping an eye on it for you as well.
I've been trying to flick through a bit as we've been going tonight, so I've been doing all right.
Hey, Mark, let me ask you something before we go. What happened to Jay? Didn't he come back and then he flounced again?
He's been in chat tonight. He's been in chat tonight, but hey, Jay's always welcome on here. He knows that, so it's not a problem. Yeah,
I'm just wondering why he's not been back on, because he come back for a couple of weeks and then vanished again. I would have.
He was off for his birthday. He took a night.
He went off for his
birthday. And then last week, Mark had sent him a message.
I think he sent me a message tonight, so I'll find out.
Before we all go, before Mark ends the show, there's 100 watching. I want more thumbs up before you go. Just take the thumbs up for us, please. It would be much appreciated.
We'll get that to 75 before we say goodnight. I'm sure.
Can I just say as well, we've only got 6 thumbs down tonight, Mark. That's epic. With this guy on.
Yeah, epic. So you're loved in my chat, Mark. People love you.
I love Mark anyway. I love the pussy.
Top man when they see it. A man who speaks the truth.
Exactly.
A straight fellow.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
A man who doesn't.
Roy. Straight as an arrow.
306.
A man who doesn't like crude humour. I can't believe you said that. Would you like to say your good nights, Roy?
Well, thank you very much for having me on, Mark. And Mark, on TVP, it's fantastic to be on the same screen as you. Screen with two legends.
Always a pleasure, Roy. Always, you know that.
Roy's fan club must have missed it tonight. Oh, they must have, Malik. Thank you to everybody in chat. Without you in chat, it wouldn't be worth us sitting here. And that's it from me.
Who said that?
Nevermore.
That was at Ronnie's, wasn't it? 2 Ronnie's, yeah, I think it was. We're going back to old humour again. Mark, would you like to say your good nighters?
Thank you very much, you wonderful bunch of fuck pigs. I really, really appreciate Mark having me on. Lovely to spend some time with Roy as well. Lovely to spend some time with all you guys in chat. As always, it's a pleasure, and I have missed all of you. And yeah, I might be back on next week. I might bug Mark at 6 p.m. on a Tuesday. Show on tonight, Mark.
You're always welcome, Mark. You know that. Always.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. And see you soon.
Excellent stuff. Yep, just reiterate what Mark and Roy has already said. All your comments, I think I got through a few tonight. I got off to a slow start, but I caught up a bit in the end. We did all right. And as usual, just a friendly...
Like his sex life. Slow start.
Slow start, but, you know, I last more than 2 minutes, which, you know... Always a nice bit of jovial chat, so it's always good. You cheer me up on a Tuesday. So until next week, stay safe, take care. Bye for now.